Hello and welcome to a game between Socke and Jimpo. Socke will be playing as the light blue Protoss player at the upper right hand corner, and Jimpo will be playing as the pink Terran player at the lower left hand corner. This is GG Your Face, and the map is going to be Blistering Sands, and I think many of us has had those near perfect games where we're making all the right moves and laying down all the right traps, kind of like having a day when everything just goes right. I remember a day like that. I was doing the laundry, going to the post office, grabbing a few things from the supermarket. It was an awesome feeling because I was cramming in about a week's worth of chores into 2 hours. And while I was walking down the street, I noticed that cute girls were winking at me, some dudes were waving and pointing, probably trying to get my attention, I guess, so I just nodded back in acknowledgement. When I finally got home, I was so proud of what I had accomplished in that day in such a short amount of time, I decided to just sit and relax for a bit. And as soon as I sat down, I saw that my fly was fully unzipped, and that sort of changes the mood of the day quite a bit. I knew it was just too breezy that day. So far in the match, Jimpo has a barracks, a refinery, and it looks like the Protoss player Socke does have a gateway, is building his cyber core, and he has recently started his second gas. He already has one assimilator up and running, and we also notice there is a pylon slightly to the back of his base, and there looks like there will be one marine coming out for Jimpo, and Jimpo will be able to prevent Socke's probe from getting in because Socke's probe was getting shot pretty frequently before he got to the ramp, so he had not that much of a chance to go inside and see what's going on. So we could see from Socke's vision he doesn't see any of what's going on inside Jimpo's base, but we do know that he has two barracks at the moment. He does have one Reaper building. Reaper is something we haven't seen in quite a bit because the Reaper was nerfed due to the patch, and the patch did force the speed upgrade to go onto the factory, which is a huge factor in the effectiveness of the Reaper. The Reaper without speed is not as valuable, but is still pretty good if you can micro it well. And Socke's probe is going to run up here to the tower. Both players are playing very carefully. As Jimpo was scouting, he did run up to his tower to see if there was any probe putting down a pylon near it, and he did not find any. It looks like one zealot is coming across the map along with a Reaper. Stem as well as the warp gate are being researched at the moment, and there's no hidden buildings at the back just yet. There is going to be one bunker at the top of the ramp for Jimpo, and he will be able to put two marines in there, should be able to kill off the zealot or prevent him from coming in, and the zealot does go very close to depleting his HP. He's actually down to only 2 shield at the moment, and there's one Reaper starting to get some kills on these probes, and the probes are going to chase him away. Because the Reaper no longer has speed, these probes can actually chase down and try to hurt the Reaper. The Reaper does have 2 kills. The unit's loss tab does show that he is slightly ahead, as he has gotten those 2 kills where he has only lost a SCV at the very beginning of the map. And it looks like one Zealot and one Stalker are going to be able to get inside the base and start working on some of these SCVs, but the Marines will come over and help, and the SCVs have not yet gone down. Ooh, the first SCV goes down, and he's trying to kill off the Marine because the Marine is very dangerous and he is ranged. And it looks like this Stalker is going to go down momentarily if he does not stop running, and he's going to turn around. Ooh, he takes one shot and does go down. That was not a very good exchange there, but the army tab does show they're about the same at 31 to 29, and the units lost tab shows them almost identical, as one Reaper just go down at the base of Socke, and Socke will have 3 gateways it looks like, and he will have a Stargate on the side here. This is a really good positioning for Socke, as Jimpo has not yet spotted this, and he probably will not suspect that anything is directly to the east of his base, as the Void Ray is going to be coming in here for Socke. This is a really nice play. Some of the earlier versions of beta and retails, a lot of players like to use the proxy robotics facility that will allow you to build 1 or 2 very quick immortals, and that can pretty much bring the Terran to his knees if he does not have the right mix of units. And the Void wants to keep his charge, that's why he's flying back and forth, and it looks like he is going to lose his charge. The Void is going to come in here. The army size is at 39 to 37. The Terran player Jimpo is supply block at the moment, and the Void Ray does lose all of its shield, and he's going to want to regenerate that before he goes in once again. And the second Void Ray is out, and I believe a third Void Ray is being chrono boosted, so the unit on both sides are going to be 2 Void Rays, 2 Stalkers, 1 Sentry versus 9 Marines on 1 Ghost. That is a very good composition to have if you want to fight against Void Rays, and he is going to make a lot more of those Marines. You can see both these barracks are queuing up quite a bit of those Marines, and the back rocks are going to go down momentarily as the Void Rays are going to start working on it. 2 additional Stalkers will join into the fight, as there is going to be a nuke from this Ghost Academy. That is really neat. That is one way to try to throw your opponent off their game. notice that there are one reactor, one tech lab, and there's no reactors on the starport or the factory. And there's going to be 3 void rays. The army count is at 52 to 49, excuse me. And the void rays along with the stalkers are going to come in momentarily with 1 zealot, it looks like, and the probes are at 28, 29 with 1 mule. And the SCV is going to come over to see what he's dealing with, and the nuke is about to be complete. The nuke is going to be complete in about 10 seconds, and there are 2 ghosts, so the ghosts could get off a nuke here, and the void rays are going to kill off the add-ons, which is a very good idea. Prevents the opponent from getting those reinforcements very quickly. And we can see the nuke is going to come on this area, and Socke looks like he was retreating, and he's not retreating for some reason. I think maybe he doesn't notice there is a nuke coming down. The Marines are rushing in for some reason, and he's going to run back, and he lures all the Protoss units into the nuke. That is a glorious nuke, and Socke has got to be feeling that like a nuke has just went off in his pants, and he says no sound. And Jimpo is got to be very happy with himself, as he does have a lead now because he took down all of Socke's army with that 1 nuke. And there is going to be a command center coming up, and we'll see how Socke will be able to deal or not be able to deal with this, as the army size does show 37 to 56. He's going to need to hold off here, and he does not want to reveal the location of his void ray. I think, ooh, he is going to reveal the location of his Stargate, because the Marines might come over here, or no, they're not. They're going to go across the screen to the base of Socke. It looks like no, he's trying to decide. He's wavering a little bit back and forth, and the void ray is going to come inside the base of Jimpo, and he will be able to take down that 1 Marine. You can keep track of this void ray at the lower right hand corner of your screen as we follow the main army of Jimpo moving across the map. Is going to try to take down the backside of the destructible rocks. There is going to be another void ray coming out, and there's also going to be another nuke. I suppose if your sound is off and you're not pausing the game to turn on the sound, we're going to assume your sound is still off, and ooh, an EMP goes off on all the units of Socke, and Socke does not have any energy to cast any force fields with those sentries. And I think if Jimpo wants, he could just pretty much fly up there without really destroying the rocks. He does have those medevacs, and they could lift units. And the nuke is about to be complete, as well as 2 more barracks, and the command center is about to be done. He wants to take out these warp gates, and the zealots and stalkers and sentries are trying to focus fire down the medevacs, and we hear snipes going off, and those units are going down very quick, as the nuke is going to land, but the nuke is not going to do too much unless he nukes it another time. Then he will be able to take down these gateways possibly. Actually, he won't be able to do, because the shields will regenerate, and it looks like Socke is in a lot of trouble, as the harvester count is down to 1, and he is going to go inside the gas, and ooh, he does lose that last harvester, I think. And there is going to be another nuke coming along for Jimpo, as Socke is going to leave his base. Jimpo has got to be having a field day right now. He wasn't doing very well when he had those 2 void rays in his base along with the mass number of stalkers and zealots, but it looks like he's doing quite alright. And he's also going to be building another one of those nukes, and the stalkers are going to come in here. The void rays have been working on the base of Jimpo, and Jimpo does run some of his SCVs to repair each other. That is pretty peculiar. And the starport is going to make more and more Vikings. He still has a chance here. If he can keep these void rays charged, he could sort of switch bases. He does have some pylons all scattered across the map, and the forces of Jimpo are trying desperately to come back here. He needs to fend off these 2 void rays. These 2 void rays need to keep their charge. If he don't keep the charge, it will be really bad, because he only has 2 stalkers left and 2 void rays, and he has 3 stalkers, 2 stalkers now. The SCV actually got us around, kind of like Zerglings getting us around on the stalker. The stalker and the void rays will need to take down the Marines, and I believe there is 1 medevac coming out, and I think there was a Viking somewhere. And the medevac is going to get focused right away, and the Marines are now working on the void rays. He's taking down this void very quickly. EMP goes off on the stalker. The stalkers have no more shield, and ooh, this is going to be really close. I think he's actually going to manage to pull this one out somehow, and the unit does show only SCVs right now for Jimpo, and Socke is dancing back and forth with the only 2 units he has in the game. He's got to keep the stalker alive. Stop, not moving, keep moving, keep running, And the stalker is at 4 HP. He should probably pull those SCVs. This is not something you see very often, the stalker running away from SCVs. There is going to be 1 Viking coming out, and the Viking needs to fight the void ray that while he's not charged, or he wants to micro it so that the Viking is not focused firing on him. And the Marine is going to come out. Viking takes 1 shot, and the void ray goes down, and Socke GG's. That is a good game. Hope you guys enjoyed that. I'll see you guys in the next game. And remember to turn on sound for Starcraft 2, and make sure to give your fly a zipperoo.